Hey there friends, it's Missy again. Thanks for joining me today. I'm back with a new layout for the Hip Kit Club, and I'm only using the 2017 November main kit today. I'm up on the blog with Audrey and Jana, and we are all focusing on just the main kit today. So I started with a cut file, and I did cut this on white cardstock, and this is available in the Downloads tab on the Hip Kit website, and it was designed by Laura Lee Murphy. It's so cute. I love the snowflakes and the circle. And so what I did was I cut it on white cardstock, and then I went back and measured all of those snowflakes, and then I recut those separately on different pattern papers from the main kit. And so I wanted some pinks, some reds, some patterns, a little bit of that light blue, some of that green, and just have different colors and kind of scattered around that circle. And I love the idea of the layers. It really kind of gives some dimension to the layout. So my idea was to have this sort of as my starting point and then add my pictures in as I went, and there are my pictures. These are of my little page from a few years ago. We were at the Christmas tree lot, and she just looked super adorable, running around and having a good time. And I don't know if you've seen these little animals in the ephemera set from the exclusive Hip Kit ephemera pack, but that little bear and that little fox or whatever that little one is, they are so cute. I had to use them. And I'm going to use a couple of chipboard pieces. This is from Pink Fresh Studio. And yeah, I'm just kind of playing around here, and I don't know what I'm going to do for my background yet. I'm just sort of playing around with everything because this is the first time I've ever been assigned to use just the main kit. And usually when I get my kits, I take everything apart and I put it all together. And so I can't ever really remember what's in what kit because, you know, I have to get everything because everything's always so pretty. It's hard to resist. And so I was very limited with just the main kit, but it forced me to really look at everything and utilize it in a different way. And so I'm kind of glad I got this assignment because I really like how this turns out. And it just goes to show you that you don't necessarily have to order everything. You can really do a lot with just the main kit if that's all that you're going to get. Now I'm using white cardstock as my background because all of the papers were kind of a little too busy for what I wanted for my background since I'm going to have a lot of color going around in that snowflake circle. So I grabbed some white cardstock, and all of these shimmers are from my stash. These did not come in the color kit because this is main kit only, but my layout is going to have a lot of pinks and that reddish, light reddish pink color. And so I pulled these from my stash. These are shimmers, but they are, like I said, are not in the color kit. So I'm using some creamies. I believe that color is called Piggy Pink. And then a couple of sprays. What's the pink? I think the pink is Sweetheart. Now this is everyone's favorite Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine because I thought that I would add a little bit of gold to the background. And this is kind of how I usually create all of my backgrounds. I use some plastic packaging. I use the brush a little bit. I splatter with the nozzle and just sort of create a messy watercolor effect with all of these inks and paints. And a lot of this is going to be covered up. It's going to be kind of peeking through everything and around the circle. And, you know, that's just the nature of making this kind of background. It's going to be covered up a little bit. And you don't have to cover it up, but that's just usually how it works. So I kind of have my design going here. I'm going to have my pictures kind of situated over to the left. Now I know I want these snowflakes to be right on top of the cut file, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little dab of glue to make sure that those are going to stay put. And that is Scotch tacky glue in my very dirty and very well used fine liner bottle there. I decided to continue on with the background. You know me, I'm never ever officially finished. I kind of go back and forth from thinking it's finished, and then I put everything on top, and then I realize, nope, I need another color, or nope, I need some more on this side or that side. I wanted to bring in a little bit more of that deeper pink color, kind of to match the red. I didn't really want to do red splatters. It always reminds me of blood, and so I wanted to steer clear with any deep red on the background. So what I did was I got a red gelato from my stash and very lightly just tapped it on the background in a couple spots and used my finger to just smudge it. And so it's going to give me an effect of that deeper red color without being bloody. Because I don't want it to look like a murder was committed on my layout. You know, it's supposed to be cute. And so, yeah. So you kind of get the effect without it being like, I just got stabbed. And so you can see how that kind of looks, and when you put everything back on top of it, you get the effect of what I was going for here. And now I'm going to work on putting everything kind of back together like I had it. I'm going to add a little bit of tissue paper underneath my pictures, just because I always like to do that. I don't even really know why. I just like the fact that it's kind of uneven and torn and kind of messy, and it just gives a little bit of a subtle border around the pictures and just sort of softens it up a little bit. And you can tear it, you can fold it, you know, you can pretty much do whatever. So I'm going to stick down that little frame, and those are all from the chipboard pack from Pink Fresh Studio, and I really love that big snowflake. It's huge, and you can technically use it as a frame, but I'm going to use it as a layer, and it's got gold foiling on it. And so that's what inspired me to use gold on the background. Was in a lot of the embellishments there are little pops of gold foil. And so now I'm going to add in some more gold foil. That was really fast. I traced around the circle with a gold pen, and then I went through my sewing machine with some gold thread and just did a bunch of messy circles to kind of go inside and outside of the die cut. And I love how that looks. I love how stitching can just really add a lot to a layout without it being too much, you know. I really, really love stitching. And you could also hand stitch that, and that would look awesome as well. It would just take a lot longer. So I'm going to glue that down, and then everything else is going to be a little bit dimensional. Since the chipboard already raises the photos up, I'm going to, you know, create some dimension there. And then I did cut a few more snowflakes just to bring that green color down at the bottom. And I've also got that same green color in the photos. And so I've got 3 points of that green. And now I'm going to glue down these adorable animals. And I'm going to add a little bit of foam under them because of the nature of the chipboard. It's already raised everything up. So I feel like the animals need to be about the same height. And I'm overlapping that little one. And it looks like he's looking to the left, which I like because the photo on the left looks like she's looking toward the right. And so everybody's kind of looking in. And I really like to situate my photos like that to where it looks like they're looking across the page and not off the page. And that's not a rule, you know, that's just the way I like to do it. It's just the way my eyes work. I don't know. And I'm just going through the embellishment pack again, and all of these embellishments are exclusive. And I know in some of the other kits, or one of the other kits, there's a Pink Fresh Studio die cut pack. There's a lot of Pink Fresh Studio, and it's all mixed and matched throughout the kits. The main kit has the puffy stickers, and I'll get to those shortly. But I'm going to add in some thread here, and this is a light blue. It's going to match the blue that's in the snowflake and the little bear's scarf. And it's just a really pretty wintry color because, you know, my photos are so wintry. Yeah, not really. It was December 1st, I think of 2015, maybe a couple years ago. And yeah, it was not cold. We live in Florida. I'm sure y'all knew that. But yeah, we don't really get winter. It gets cold like a couple of days, but definitely nothing as far as snow or anything that what I would say is a true winter. So I'm going to stick my little Heidi Swap bottle on top of that to kind of put it down because it was wanting to pop up off the page. And then I realized, oh, I want to stick a little die cut in there. And it says, "Let the joy begin." And I'm just playing around here with more embellishments to see what I can tuck in where. And yeah, you also get a pack of these cute enamel dots. And I thought I would use those to put in the center of all of the snowflakes and kind of mix and match the colors around. And see, I love how this design turned out, but as I went, when it was getting close to the end, I realized, where am I going to put a title? Because I really don't have a spot for it. And this is some things I don't really think about until it's time to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. This piece of paper from Crepe Paper is in the main kit, and so I'm going to fussy cut out some falalas and overlap the photo, and that's going to be my title. I really wanted to use those exclusive metallic gold alphas that come in the main kit, but they're kind of big, and there was just no spot for them on this design. I tried it several times. It was very overpowering because they're so scripty, and it's a beautiful font. But for this particular layout, I think if I would have added those big gold words, that it would have been way too overpowering. So I just settled for Fussy Cut Falala, and now I can put it on top of the picture, and it's not too overbearing, but you can still see it. Now this is from one of the Pink Fresh papers. It's just a little banner on the cut apart sheet. It says Holiday Fun. I thought I would cut that out and kind of use that as a little embellishment, maybe a secondary title. I'm just going to stick that right underneath the little animals, so it kind of looks like they're standing on a little platform. Now here's this gigantic sheet of puffy stickers, and that's all Pink Fresh Studio. I'm going to use a couple of these flowers just to add little pops of color. There wasn't really anything on there that could serve as a title either, so I was happy that I went with the Fa La La. Almost finished here. I'm going to add in a couple of lines, and then for my journaling, I'm going to use a gold metallic pen. Now, I've been using this pen a lot. I also have a copper colored one and a silver one, and they came in a 3-pack, and I got those at Michael's. I don't think it was in the scrapbook section. I think it was over in the arts and crafts, maybe the paint brush section. There's just a section of little pens there, and that's where I found those 3-pack, and they write really, really well. So last thing I'm going to do is add in a little bit more gold splatters, and that's the final layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was fun to make. I really enjoyed being limited to just the main kit because it made me really think hard about what I was going to use, and it was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the kits or the products or any of the techniques, anything at all. I will be more than happy to answer. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I will catch you in the next video. Have a great day.